Welcome to Marantz Rantz, no advice on finance. Spin the wheel and take a chance. Get an NFT and a little education. The system got undertold, that knowledge is flotation. You wanna learn? Well, you came to right place. You're pumping AMC, might get slapped in the face. Get your due diligence, know who the villain is. Don't be a sheep when the shepherd's carnivorous. So come learn, laugh, and maybe you win big. And listen up, y'all, the wheel is not rigged. Everybody get a chance in the live chat. Kyoto spin wheel, you win just like that. Retail fight back and this retail winning. Y'all just wait, man, this is just the beginning. All fellow simians, GME group singing the truth. We just chillin', infinity pool swimming. So welcome to Marantz Rantz. A lot of knowledge but no advice on finance. Don't even need pants, you can tune in naked like Henny the Mayo Man. Internet's most hated. Don't wanna lose your money, then it's time for you to listen. If you're ignorant, invest in AMC, a superstition. The stream about ready, they told us to don't dance. I do what I want. Welcome to Marantz Rantz. 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 Welcome to
Damn.
Welcome to Marantz.
20 euros.
Welcome to Marantz Rantz. Welcome to Marantz Rantz. Welcome to Marantz.
20 euros with the super sticker. Damn, I'm so privileged. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for the love and support of the channel there. United Nuclear something. I got you. Hey, I'm reading the chat. We got a new guy in the chat. He says, Marantz is the reason I invest. That's how, whatever. It's cool. Marantz helped me understand this investment. That was written by Andre. And then it says here, my brother. My brother has been telling me about GameStop for over a year. Never considered it until I watched Marantz. Don't give me all the credit. Please don't. Give yourself some credit. Remember that whole manufacturing leverage, which you do outside of your job? You manufacture leverage for that escape velocity, for that, rockets that are leaving Earth. They need to create some combustion because they're getting held down by gravity. They're getting held down by haters. What we got to do? We got to break free. Break free your mind. Your mind's got to free your money, free your mind. This is financial advice. Yes, I'm not a financial advisor, but I did play one on YouTube last night. Some of you know. Matter of fact, I got a wallet you guys can buy for $100. But in saying that, I want to tell you, you might plant some seeds. And you, Jeremy, and you, Tony De Niro, and you, I called this show The Big Bang. No, it's not when Tony hooks up with Adam Aron at the bar. It's not that. The mindset is that getting rich, creating wealth, hitting it big on GameStop is like a big bang. It's this thing that happens. It's not something that can be planned. It's not something you can calculate. It's just, it's going to happen. My folks, my grandparents, they migrated. They're migrant farmers, but not what you think. They're not from Mexico. My family's from like Spain and Texas, Spaniards and Texans. And they migrated from Texas to California to harvest the fields, the grapes, the grapefruits, the oranges, life. This is what it was, the life of a migrant farm worker in the 60s and 70s and 50s, 60s and 70s, and even the 40s. And it's a very hard lifestyle, very hard life to live. And slowly and quickly, they found out that they're just a cog in the wheel, and that the more they harvest for someone else, that other person's getting rich. Because the more land that person owns and the more orchards that they plant, that's how they get their money. The cost of capital is nothing. It's just, blood, sweat, and tears. So it's not necessarily dollars because it costs nothing to get these guys to harvest your fields. It's slavery. Common day slavery. With minimal bathroom breaks, no shade, nothing of what it's like today. Even today, it's hard work. But back then, it was life-altering. This has been well documented. But what you find out about that time frame versus now is that if those seeds don't harvest, you have no crops. But a lot of people in investing, they do the same thing. They plant a seed, they invest money, and then they go dig it up the next day. They just go dig it up. They say, the hell, I want to know what investments did I get? What return did I get? They give you a timeline. I need 6 months. I need a year. I need 2 years. I need 3 years. You got to show me something. What are the fruits of this labor? That's not how wealth works. It's not how GameStop works. This whole buckle it in and understanding your investment. Plant your seed, walk away, come back another day. And maybe the $10 or the 15 or the 25 or the one share a day, maybe that turns into something. Because while the rest of the world's playing this game of what can you give me now? What have you done for me lately? The bulk of us, the real Team 51 investors, I'm one of them, proudly, we're accumulating. I bought 2 shares today. Chilling. I loved it. I loved the price, $22, $23. Why wouldn't I like that price? In the world of compounding, in the world of interest, in the world of percentages and multiples, $25 today in this investment can be fruitful to you to the tune of $30,000, $50,000 later on. People don't understand that math because right away they go, wait a minute, it's just $1 for $1. It's just a share for $1. No, you're not understanding. There's math behind this all. There's a $10 billion proxy where we start. We're starting with $10 billion. Now where do you go? I'd love to see the multiples on $10 billion. Let it sit there for 50 years, 30 years, 40 years. What do you think is going to happen with Ryan? Oh, you can't be here for 20, 30, 40, 50? Okay. Then don't. Take your money and run. But guess when you get to take your money and run? F40, at $50 a share. A lot of you guys can be able to finally double your money and, you're out and you feel good about it. Me, I'm letting that go. I'm letting it all just harvest. Because I'm in no rush. And I understand what boredom costs. It costs me nothing. Being bored with my investment, as people would say, no. The guys who need that dopamine, that daily dopamine, that hype, oh, the market's up, I got to go make a bet. The market's down, I got to make a bet. I got to go buy calls and puts, and I got to ride this wave. I got to find a way to make more. They'll lose. They'll lose. Because what you risk in the event of a big bang, of a yacht, of a hot rod, of a Lambo, of a mansion, of a call girl, none of that is sustainable. What's sustainable? Well, wealth. And what is wealth? Wealth is the option to do what you want to do, what you choose to do. That takes a special person. That could be someone in their 30s and 20s with zero debt. Not as much ambition as some of us, but I'll tell you, your mind has to be right for this investment. Plenty of you guys have to know this. But GameStop at $22 and $23, what it will be moving forward, it might take you a decade, guys. I don't know. I just know that when it hits 184, we got a whole different world we're in, right? $23. Do the math. 23 times 8. I'm not smart. Sounds like 184 to me. So I'm looking for an 8-bagger. Have we ever gotten an 8-bagger? Did we go from 10 to 80? I think so. Done a couple of times. Think it'll happen again? It's only time. It's inevitable. People understand the investment. They understand the pace. Steve Bays. Now, Steve and I, we've had a mutual agreement on this show for the last 5 years. Look at Steve, okay? He's been a GME Elitist member with this show for 55 months. Can you guys imagine what it was like when we had no one watching? I had Steve watching. I remember waking up every day and doing it and rinse and repeat. Do you know what world I used to live in back then? I lived in a world that was pushed out by Matthew Kors, trades, the masked investor, everyone pushing one direction on an investment, saying AMC is the ultimate investment. You don't need to buy GameStop. In the words of Tony De Niro, there's enough good GameStop YouTubers. I don't need to be one. Guess what he is today? A GameStop YouTuber. Because he ran out of things to talk about on AMC. He ran out of excuses to make for Aron. By the way, AMC movie theaters touched $1.01 today. That's the equivalent of 10 cents versus their reverse stock split. They did a reverse stock split and went all the way back down to $1 again. It's criminal what's happening there. But this environment, this world, this ecosystem of meme stocks, of retail investors, started out with AMC pushing the threshold, telling everyone it's the next everything. And everybody bought in on that. To this day, there's people that are blinded by the light and or bots. But I can't invest money with the man who took money from everyone, who gutted his own equity out of his own stock. But before he did it, he sold all of his shares, gifted shares to his kids. They sold theirs, and he's sitting on a stack of $100 million. I can't get with that. I never will. That same man came out with a tweet today, Aron. And Aron says, I know from my own losses, and I'm reading your comments on X and Twitter, how distraught many of you are falling share price with our falling share prices. I'm looking at the likely of the 2026 industry, white box office, whatever. We still expect growth and materially over the 2025 numbers. However, the external macro drop print around us is terrible. War in the Middle East, world oil prices soaring above $100 per gallon, and the concerns having a backdraw on the Dow. There it goes. The S&P has been down to its lowest point in 4 months. What does that have to do with anything? What does the macro environment have to deal with the fact that you guys lost $600 million as a company last year, Aron? Last I checked, the war in Iran is not the issue. Was that an issue when there was a war in Ukraine? That was happening. How about COVID? COVID didn't stop you from handing out $5 million worth of bonuses to your crew, right? More than that. You sold shares. You gave shares away. You made terrible investments. You reversed stock split. You developed a private equity unit. You've done everything you can to gut your own existence. And now you're blaming the macro environment around you. But you're optimistic. And you lost a lot. You still made $11 million this year on a failed company that has retained losses of $8 billion, and you're never going to make a profit, a true profit. You can't service your debt, and you're going bankrupt. It's inevitable. It does not matter how many times you renegotiate your debt to yourself. By the way, you bought your own debt. Your company bought its own debt. When are people going to announce that to people? I'm still waiting. I was here with Mullen Automotive. I was here with Bed Bath & Beyond. I was here with AMC, and I'm still here. Everyone else is gone. They're afraid to say the name. They won't talk AMC, they won't talk Bed Bath & Beyond, and they won't talk Mullen Automotive, but I'll still talk GameStop. And I'll still say their names, Financial Journey. I'll still say their names. Well, Chris Sojaka, this UFC fighter, whoever the hell his name was. Scavenger, Short the VIX, Review Dork. I don't forget you guys. Data Zero, Tony De Niro, Mastalorian. I'll never let it go, guys, because I was here when you were manipulating the masses. Markets with May. And I figured it out. I figured out the matrix. I figured out the bigger story. The bigger story was there are paid objectors to your investments. There are bots. There are farms of people. They utilize the internet. They utilize Reddit and Twitter and YouTube, everything they can in the world to manipulate people out of their investments. Either to get them on FOMO on one or to fearmonger them out the other. And I've tried to keep this together. I've tried to hold this together. And I'm going to tell you, I have. I've held this together. I've kept this together. This whole community of GameStop investors, the one that lost sight of the prize, plenty of these people. I got to write covered calls. How's that working out for you? How much money are you losing trying to recover, not listening? Go for it, Tetron Invest. Go for it, Froggy Stocks. There's a bunch of people out here losing money left and right. Mike the Marine. I'll forget anybody. They come and they go. Hannah Reloaded started doing hate pieces videos on us. Dan Olson did a whole documentary. Where does all that stand today? Where does the James Danny documentary and Dan Olson documentary stand with us called GameStop? We're sitting on $9.3 billion of cash. We have a market cap of 10.5. We have earnings on Tuesday that are going to show adjusted earnings of over $500 million for the year, when we used to lose $500 million a year. It's a swing profit of $1 billion. Where is it? Ryan Cohen out here getting compensation packages for a $100 billion market cap, all while announcing the largest acquisition in M&A in history. It's all coming. So who won this fight? Who's winning this fight? They all called it early, guys. They all wanted to be that person. They're all going to lose. Whatever happened to KC Shaw? It's one of Tony De Niro's buddies. All of a sudden, Tony's like, no, I don't really know the guy. You know, I'm not here to blame people. No, I blame all them. But I'm not here to blame GameStop investors for their impatient and their how they, what is going on? I need to know. Because that's what you've been conditioned to react to. But I want you to look at Warren Buffett. I want you to look at Charlie Munger. I want you to look at people that bought into companies, bought in, walked away, and came back another decade and said, okay, how'd it go? That's all you got to do. Feel good about your investment. Like me, I keep doing it every day. I've never stopped and I won't stop because I can't stop. I'm GameStop. Camelot. Yeah, him too. Terrible. You're listening in, Carter? Great job, Carter, for hanging out. I was watching Dynamite earlier. Proud of that kid, man. Dynamite's not making the most popular decisions these days for his friends, his family, whomever, coworkers. But think about it. He's willing to bet on himself, dig a little deeper, take a chance. Nowhere in there did he say, I'm going to sell GameStop shares and ride off in a Lambo. Nope. But think about what he has. Think about what you guys have. If this stock were to go to $50, what would you have? Everything? You'd have the ability to do what you want to do. And that's at $50. It's nothing. Check out the chart. This chart is running just the way you want it to. This is the 4-hour chart on GameStop. We'll use these 2 points at the bottom. I want you guys to pay attention to these 2 points. These 2 points right here are showing you a trend line for GameStop. Here's your low. Here's your retest of the low. That's locked in on a trend. Funny how we can go over, and that's exactly the pace that we can push down on today, have a V-like recovery midday. Go to the 1 hour. That right there is a V recovery. Straight to the ground, right back up. End of the day, push out sideways. It's a hell of a recovery, hell of a run for us. When I look at this daily chart, this is very healthy. This is a golden cross, even on the kick down. Everybody buys in. Everybody sees 2280, 2290, and says, you know what? I want 2272. Runs right at it. We're going to run right into this wall. And you know why this happens, guys? Why we have we're guaranteed a golden cross because you go look at it, about 50 days ago, 100 days ago, 50 days ago, you saw this stock touch 1993, under $20. So there's no way they're going to keep you down there. So the minute you run up, you know the golden cross is coming. Play it out a couple more days, play it out a couple more weeks. This is your bullish pennant right here. That's what's formed, a bullish pennant. And now you have a breakout. You set yourself up for the breakout. That breakout's going to come. And when it happens, it's going to be glorious. But check this one out right here. You had a bottom here. You had a bottom here. That trend line ran. It went all the way through and then it broke out. Same deal here. We double bottomed here. You see the trend on up. Once you ran this trend line from the bottom, you're able to run right out of it. Are we going to sustain it? Are we going to keep it? The reason why we're going to be able to keep this level, right, past 28, past 25, is because Ryan has insulated this investment with bonds, two separate tranches of bonds. In addition to bonds, warrants. So it was like we lined our pockets and we lined ourselves up, and now we're ready to go. It's ready. It's here, guys. We are here and we are now. I'm excited for it. The earnings report's coming out. This is the weekly. We come out and we break out. That's all we need. All we need is an announcement. All we need is some numbers. All we need is the truth. Because Wall Street can only deny it for so long. Soon enough. Now, me personally, I go over here and I see headlines like this. Headlines say financial stocks on pace for the worst quarter since 2020. A private credit cracks flash yellow. Warning. I love who sent me this. El Kabong sent me this, and you know what? If you remember what Ryan Cohen said, if you remember what Mark Vadden said, markets don't flash yellow. There is no warning sign. It's just red to green or green to red. This right here was a heads up for everyone because they're already out of it. That's what this market is. This market's holding on to people that don't know the difference. People are transferring out of it. 1979 are the amount of cards on the website right now. And here's my position. 2,493 shares. 0.43. I'm 6.5-ish away. 6.5 shares away from 2,500. I want to get there by Tuesday, by earnings day. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I'm taking my wife out this weekend for our anniversary, so I've been saving my pennies for that. Currently in this investment, we have earnings. It's being announced right here. That's what the E stands for. But I'm in for $58,923.59. I will break the 59,000 mark. I absolutely will, and I'll have at least 3 more shares to get there. But I'm down $1,000 after 5 years. Not bad for me. Think about the number. Think about how much I've accumulated, how much I've saved. That is a huge number. To save $59,000 out of my pockets and put it away into an investment that will eventually do what it does. I mean, if this is the bottom, if this is what we've been talking about, this is the bottom, guys. We're at the rock bottom of this investment, then I'm excited for it. But if it's not, well, then you better pray. You better pray for everyone around me and everything around me, because if this stock goes down on earnings to $19, to $20, to whatever it may be, I'm coming for you, Wall Street. And I'll start spamming videos again. I'll start doing my thing, because you're going to have to explain to me how a company with $10 billion cash and they make $500 million annually, how that company's worth $10 billion on market cap. I'll wait. I'll see it, and I'll let you know, because guess what? The $10 billion cash that GameStop has, it's worth more than the amount of cash and money that people are giving it value for. You know how I know that? Because when the markets crash, they have the cash and they have the ability to deploy the cash. No one's going to have cash, and no one's going to have the ability. Nope. They won't even have the heart. That's the best part. You're a billionaire by proxy, guys. Enjoy it. Enjoy this run. I'm going to read a little bit of the chat here. I'm going to get with you guys, and we'll get there. So GameStop was the yellow light warning everyone. Quadruple witching is tomorrow. I believe. No, it was today. It was today, wasn't it? It's on the Thursday. It's not a Friday. It's supposed to be a Thursday. So more than likely it was today, Quadruple Witcher. You know what? And the other part about that was that the VIX is down from 27 to 25, 20 in those ranges. That's really high on the VIX. The volatility index that tracks it. Very high, by the way. Oh, is it tomorrow? It might be the Friday, yeah. Maybe I'm thinking the Thursday before Juneteenth when I was reading it the month before. So in June, it'll be on a Thursday, not a Friday. But yeah, so if it's tomorrow, guess what? You guys going to see volatility on the markets always on a Friday. That's my fault. So yeah, well, there you go. So expires. All the index funds got to rebalance. It's going to be fun to watch. That means they're going to rebalance their portfolios. Cool. March, Quadruple Witcher is on the third Friday. That's what, yeah, okay, cool. I don't know why I think it's Thursday. I don't know why I was thinking that. And I announced this last week, but you can see where I'm at. Oh, yeah, I'm human. That's where I'm at. My bad, bros. I'm not human. I'm superhuman. I'm so different. Remember, guys, what you do from like 6 to 12 every night, that's you. That's your life. Just remember that. So if it's watching the show, then at least you're getting educated, right? Love you guys. I know I keep it short and sweet right now. There's a reason why I'm pacing myself. I know better. I've done this so long, I don't want to burn myself out going into earnings because earnings are going to take a lot out of me physically. It always does. And if they don't give GameStop price action, if they don't give GameStop the respect they deserve, man. Not that I can't handle it. I don't think they can handle me because I'm a man on a mission. They should know that. I think they know. I think they know the line in the sand that I drew a long time ago. You can't buy it. You sure as hell can't buy me. But you better be aware. Anyone want to buy a kidney so I can get more GameStop shares? There you go. Yes, I'm aiming for superhuman too. Super soldiers with superhuman perception and resilience. Yeah, I'm down with that. You guys want to see my notes for the show? These are my notes for the show right there. Look at that. It says, plant seeds, dig it up. That was my note for the show. For the whole show. Plant seeds, dig it up. What that means is plant your seeds and don't dig them up. Let them breathe. Let them grow. That's the investment. Keep making them, guys. I bought 2 shares today. I'll buy 2 more tomorrow. I'll see you on the other side, millionaires. Going to be a busy weekend. You might see some videos. If you're a member of the show, I want to thank you for supporting the show the way you do. But if you're a member of the Team 51 and you have your name in green over here, you're going to see some videos this weekend, like you guys always do, of behind the scenes of what I'm doing, how I'm living, and what's going on in my life. So some of you guys get those videos, some of you don't. I just want to say thank you again for all love and support. We're GameStop first. We're GameStop only. And the rest of the world's going to have to catch up. When this market crashes, people are going to be looking at GameStop for a bailout because GameStop has all the money they need to bail them out. Love you guys. Golden Cross is here. Let's go see it. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop, GameStop. Should I leave you with another banger on the way out the door? I should.
The victim of circumstance.